Hey filmmakers, so you got into filmmaking because you wanted to use the biggest, fanciest cameras and because you wanted the highest bit rate and because you wanted to project it on a 90-foot screen and so on and so forth. And that's awesome. That is still something you can do, but this video I wanted to make is about the rise of what I'm going to call anti-content, or like the anti-quality content. More and more audiences want user-generated content on phones like this and less on whatever the heck your dream camera might be, like an Alexa or whatever. That's just the reality of it. More and more people are consuming on TikTok, on Instagram, and so on and so forth. And in general, if you take a super polished video and throw it on there as a cut down for like a client or something like that, in organic settings, it's not going to really perform that well. And in general, there's more of a push to do organic style content, relatable content, low production value, approachable stuff with a ring light, with a phone, and it makes sense. People consume it more. People like to watch it more in mass. They could go and scroll through their feed over and over and over again with that kind of content. Whereas polished, it's like, it kind of takes your attention. It's got to be the right domain. And the good news is this is not the death of filmmaking, but it just means that you need to adapt for your clients, for your audience, to know how to make content that still can work on those platforms, what tweaks you need to make so that you could still fulfill the filmmaker in you, but at the same time take care of your clients. And yeah, let's jump right in. And I know exactly what you guys are thinking. Carlos, why are you telling me what to do with my short film on 16mm film that's black and white, that's supposed to be about my experience in summer camp in 2015? And I'm just trying to say is like, you have to take care of your clients. What you have to do is you need to think about their goals for marketing. What they really care about is the content going to perform? So when you plan a shoot for your client, let's just call it like a thematic element, video idea A. You need to prep it so that you have a YouTube version, a LinkedIn cut down, a version for X if they want that. And then you have to plan to shoot anti-content quality on iPhone or whatever, on an iPhone in 9:16 for their TikTok. And that TikTok one has to be different than their Instagram one, and so on and so forth. Basically, every platform has to be different. You can't just treat it all like the same thing, is what I'm trying to say. But that's basically it. So here it is, exemplified. This is what I was talking about. I have an actual proposal right now, fancy, for a client where we have one idea for a video series, and instead of just making like a 7-minute gratuitous, awesome, cinematic, anamorphic video, which we're still gonna do, we said, let's take that one concept and script it and prep it and have cameras on standby, phones, so that we could shoot it 5 different ways, give you 5 different avenues of omni-channel content if you want that. Sometimes it might be 3, sometimes it might be 2, but the point is it's one script idea broken out and prepped into multiple ideas. And that's how you're gonna survive as a filmmaker. You have to be able to cover all of their distribution needs, otherwise their videos won't perform. If they don't perform, they're not gonna hire you. So I'm kind of saying the same thing over and over again. Polished content will survive, but if you want to keep doing it, you really have to incorporate your client's needs. And your client's needs oftentimes falls in the realm of user-generated content, especially with direct-to-consumer brands and things like that. Business to business, you have a little bit more leeway, but even they want to build their organic followings on corporate-owned social and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole point of this video. Just trying to give you a new perspective if you haven't done it already. Most of the people working already know this, but if you don't know it yet, now you know. Well, that's pretty much it. So what do you all think? I'm just calling it anti-quality because I can't find another word and I was too lazy to Google if it's a real phenomenon. But in your work, knowing that user-generated content is a real thing, it's growing, it needs to be incorporated into our workflows for client direct work. What are your thoughts? You know, because life can't always be as cushy as getting on a massive ad agency set where you're just shooting horizontal in, 2x3.5. So yeah, let me know your thoughts as a conversation. I love to interact and comment. I love fresh perspectives. That's how I've been able to grow in this industry, is just hearing people talk. So thanks for your time. Let's keep chatting. I'll make some videos on like AI and stuff because it is a constant juncture point in work and it's a tool. So yeah, let's talk about industry related stuff.